Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Zero here. I'm wearing the same shirt as in the last video because I'm recording it right after. Not wearing the same shirt 2 days in a row. What are we talking about today? We are going to talk about gearing a new level 70 Witch Doctor. Now, I'm gonna make this video. Let's say you're in the position where you have other tunes and maybe you already have some Paragon points. So let's say we'll stick with 100 Paragon points. We won't have any more than that. Okay, so I'm gonna reset all my Paragon points. You have 100 Paragon points. You don't have 103 in every category. You have like 100 across the board, right? So we'll say 25 in each. Okay, and we'll see how well we can do with gearing from stuff that most people will already have. Okay, now a lot of people are already gonna have Oghild set, but to be fair, we're gonna go without Oghilds because some people might not have it yet. Okay, so we're gearing a fresh level 70. So let's start with a weapon. What is the best thing you can craft? You might think, oh, I'm gonna go for, a dagger, because I'm a witch doctor. I would say no, don't do a dagger. We're gonna need a mojo, obviously, so if you do have a legendary mojo, craft one, I would say, but there is a good chance that you don't have one, so we're gonna go with the next best thing, which is this. How did it roll? It rolled really bad, so let's make another one. Chances are you're gonna have a lot of crafting supplies. This one's much better, so we're gonna keep this one. We're gonna trash this. Okay, and what else are we gonna craft for our weapon? We are gonna craft, we could go Borns, but let's play it safe and say not everybody has Borns. But Griswold's Perfection, if you've been playing other tunes and you're just starting to get into Witch Doctor because everybody's been talking about Witch Doctor now for a while and how good the Witch Doctor is, I'm gonna say let's grab the Griswold's Perfection. This is a good sword, and I'll take that. That's fine. We'll work with that. Okay, now let's go with our armor. And again, we're gonna say that we don't have Oghilds when it comes to armor. Let's just say that you haven't picked it up yet. So we're just gonna go with yellows for a lot of things here and see how well we can do. Invite all res, sure, that works for me. Boots, these are really common. I think a lot of people got those really fast, so I'm gonna include the boardwalkers in this. I think it's fair to say that more than likely, if you have other tunes, you have this plan, so let's craft these. Invite, move speed, spirit barrage is something that will change more than likely. Bracers. Again, here we can be generous and say that you've beaten the game and therefore have the plans for the Reaper's Wraps. So we're going to go with Reaper's Wraps for the bracers. Invite, all res, crit hit chance. Let's craft one more and see if we can get something a little bit more streamlined. No, I don't like those at all. Do one more. One more Reaper's Wraps and see what happens. Fire skills. Here, let's hold on to both of those for now and we'll decide what we're going to use. Okay, so again, you don't have Oghilds. We don't have Oghilds. Okay, we're going to say that we do not have Oghilds and we're just going to go with the yellow. Yeah. Invite arm. There, that's fine. We're going to re-roll that all resistance into sockets. Let's see here. Gloves. Again, I think it's fair to say that if you have another tune that's already level 70 and you have 100 Paragon points, there's a good chance that you have Pender's Purchase, and I really do want to use it. But to be on the safe side, we'll just go yellow because not everybody's going to have it. That's horrible. Let's build another one. that's something we can work with right there, okay? All right. The helmet. Again, we are not including AUG hills in this, so we're going to go straight up yellow again. Int, Vite. Let's try again on the helmet. I don't like this one. I don't like that one either. Okay, we're gonna go with the first one. Okay, we're done the helmet. Now we're gonna go with pants. And again, we can't really use any of these because there's a good chance that you don't have any of these. You know, maybe this is your first level 70 character. Maybe it's not your second. Okay, that'll work. That'll work just fine. We'll re-roll on that. Obviously, we're not going to use a shield. Shoulders. I'd really like to use the corruption. These are a great set of crafted for if you're just starting out, if you have the plan. But again, there's a good chance that you don't have that. And I don't like that at all. It's not horrible. Invite. There, that's a good one. That one we'll take. Okay, shoulders are done. And actually, maybe we should try a voodoo mask instead of a helmet. Let's see what we can get out of a voodoo mask. I think I just noticed that I left my speakers on. That might cause a bit of an echo, but we'll see what happens. Okay, we're gonna stick with that voodoo mask there. I like this one. Invite armor. That's good. Okay, so let's put all this stuff on. Okay, we need to decide right now. I think we're gonna stick with these ones here for that. And I know it's a bit of a stretch with the boardwalkers. I really do. Maybe I shouldn't use those. Okay, maybe we'll take those off. I think I'll yeah, we'll take them off. It's even a bit of a stretch with the Griswolds, but I'm gonna be a little bit lenient here. You know what? No, I changed my mind. We're gonna grab a dagger instead, just to be fair. You know, it's very likely that you don't have these, especially if it's your first tune. There's a good chance you might not have them. There, I can use that. Okay, there, we got that on there. But we are going to assume that you have beaten the game. At the very least, we're going to assume you've beaten the game. Okay? And we need boots. Let's get some boots. Yellow boots. Boots, 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 boots. Gloves, chest armor, bracers, boots. That's fine. Okay. So, you know what? We're just going to break this stuff down. Even though, you know, it could help us a lot. But we're going to assume that you're going into this with nothing, okay? That's what we're going to do. Okay, next up we got to go see... Who do we got to see? Not that person. Let's see the jeweler. Okay. Again, we're going off of this assuming that you've at least beaten the game and have a new level 70 character. And you have some gems, so we're going to craft some rings here. Don't expect to get anything incredible here. That's pretty nice. We're just assuming, for the most part, that... Yeah, okay, we'll take that. We're just assuming, for the most part, that you are starting a new Witch Doctor, having already had at least one tune. Cold skills, int, attack speed, life, not too good. This thing never rolls very well, but we need something in the slot, right? That works for me. Okay. So now we're gonna re-roll some stuff, guys. Starting with this, we're gonna re-roll that all resistance. Don't worry about all resistance as a witch doctor, right? Your intelligence is gonna take care of that for you. What we need here, and it's really costly to re-roll chess piece. I hate that. Okay, we got our sockets there. We're going to re-roll these pants and get sockets instead of regen. One socket, better than none. Two sockets, better than one. Okay, what else do we need to re-roll here? Okay, I think that's going to be just fine. Let's look at our stats for a minute. What is our crit hit chance? Crit hit chance 33, crit hit damage 127. Could be a lot bigger, right? We're doing this with the intent of being able to farm Torment 1. We're not... you know what? We can use Locust Swarm. That's fine. Locust Swarm is good. Corpse spider damage. We got to take that off of there. What are we going to use? Let's decide what we're going to use in terms of skills. Okay, we're not going to use Adling Tones. We're going to use Rain of Toads. Okay, so we're going to use Locust Swarm. We're going to use the dogs, but we're going to use Lifelink. That's going to give us more sustainability. Piranado we're going to use for control. We're not going to use Spider Queen, obviously. That would just be crazy. We will use... What should we use? You know, it's very much... this is what we're going to use. We're going to use the Garg. Okay, and we're going to use... So we're going to use the Garg. And we are going to use... I want to use one that stays out. Actually, you know what? We're not. We're going to use Wrathful Protector, I think. Yeah, let's use Wrathful Protector. He's very strong. Okay. Now for passives, we're going to use Grave Injustice to reduce our cooldowns, mainly for the Garg. We're going to use Pierce the Veil for an all-out damage increase. And we're definitely not going to use this. We are going to use Fetish Sycophants, though. That is very important. So we have to replace this. So when you're first starting out, I think a good choice is Jungle Fortitude. That's really going to help you take... It's just going to keep you alive longer. So let's use that. Okay, so we got Grave Injustice, Pierce the Veil, Jungle Fortitude, Fetish Sycophants. Okay? Oh, good lord, we're slow. Okay, so we're going to assume that all you have is Marquise gems. So let's drop a bunch of Marquise in our gear. Okay, we want to get our damage up as much as possible. Now for here, let's think about how much toughness we have. If you've gone for vitality and armor on your gear, you're going to have a decent amount there. Okay, so we can put more into that though by just dropping. There we go. That's up to 6. That's very good. There, 6.3. That's fine. Okay. Now that we know what we're using, we're going to re-roll some things here a little bit. Like, we don't want sacrifice damage on there, so let's get rid of that. And we can, like, life per hit wouldn't be horrible, but let's try and re-roll it into another zombie charger we're not using. Sacrifice again. Let's take the life percent over that. Mana regen, that's pretty good. Some more mana regen is pretty good, but what we're mostly looking for is something, you know what, I think we're gonna just go with more life. There we go. 500k life. That's pretty good out of that. And now we can drop that in there. We'll get rid of this corpse spider business. We could reduce resource costs, would be better than what we have. Reduce cooldowns would be even better. Let's do that. That'll help us with our Garg. And mana regen. Let's keep the cooldowns on there, okay? So we have a bit of a buff to Locust Swarm, and that's fine because that's going to bounce all over the place with Pestilence. Okay? Got a lot of cooldown reduction. 7, 5. Another 7 there. Another 6 there. We have a lot of cooldown reduction, so that's excellent. Okay, now we do, I think, want to get a socket in there would be preferable. to have one with a socket, but with the Vite and the attack speed, it's pretty good. What's our attack speed at right now? 1.56. Where did we get more attack speed? We had it somewhere, right? We don't. Okay, so we're gonna keep it like that. We're not gonna bother with trying to get a socket in there right this second. Okay, so we have 25 points in each here, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add life on hit. Straight up 25 points in life on hit. Okay, 25 points there. And over here, I think that we should probably go with some crit hit damage. Let's spread it across attack speed, crit hit damage, crit hit chance. So we'll start with 5 in each. That's 15, and then we're going to drop the other 10 points right there, okay? Okay, so we have 25 points to drop in here. Put all of it into your all-res. And then lastly, oh wait, there we go. Obviously, right here, we're going to put all 25 into intelligence. Accept. So what are we looking at now statistically wise? 7.7 and 2.23, I can't even see that for some reason. 237,000, okay? All right, so as you can see right now, I'm on Torment 6. It's not gonna fly on Torment 6. So let's get the difficulty down here, shall we? Let's try it on Torment 2. For starters, okay? Let's get our dogs out and let's go to the Fields of Misery and see how it performs on T2. I'm not expecting too much out of T2, but this is mostly testing purposes, right? And let's get Locust Swarm going, and we're gonna start dropping the Rain of Toads, which is gonna pull out your dagger wielding fetishes. Try and keep Locust Swarm on the enemies at all times. If it fades off, pop it again. Let's go see if we can find it. Well, what do we got in the box here? Let's see. I was hoping for an elite. Rain of Toads does a wonderful job of proccing Fetish Sycophants. So if you're just starting out, know that you can be a bit of a pet doctor without actually having any of the gear required to do it, you know. And let's not forget that we're on Torment 2 right now. We're using all but 1 yellow. Okay, all rare gear, only 1 legendary. Our legendary is the legendary that we know that if you have finished the game, you will have the plans to. Okay, that's a 100% drop the first time you beat her. She's going to give it to you. And even if it isn't, it's not that hard. I'm pretty sure it's a 100% drop. I know she always drops it. She dropped it for me the first time anyway. And if she doesn't, farm it for Christ's sake. Kill him a bunch of times and get that plan, okay? Because it's just like a free legendary plan. If this is your first level 70 and you didn't get the plan out of beating the last boss in Reaper's Souls, then go beat her again. I can't remember if they changed it to a 100% or not. It's really not important. Let's get our Garg out. Okay, our Garg's out. He's going to be doing some damage. Okay, let's try and stay out of that electricity. Remember that you're not, you know, invulnerable. Play with them a little bit if you have to. Remember, this is T2, and we only have 1 legendary item equipped. And we're doing okay. You gotta stay out of that electricity though, guys. That shit hurts. That shit hurts me with all my good gear on, so let's get that Garg out again. got all that massive cooldown reduction, so he's ready to go pretty quick. This tree is really being a pain in the butt. We gotta get rid of that guy. Reflect damage doesn't help us any either. Always keep an eye on your dogs too. If they go down, bring them back up, because they're taking part of your damage, right? They're helping you sustain. Look at that, our Garg, he's ready again. He's probably been ready a few seconds and I didn't notice, so let's get him out again. Keep that Garg up whenever you can fighting elites, and save him for elites. Don't worry about using your Garg on the trash. Save him for elites. Here we got plenty of fetishes out. Our Garg is coming up on being ready again. I know that this is taking some time to kill this guy, but let's not forget that he has extra health, and that this is T2 with all yellow gear, for the all but one yellow gear. So let's get that Garg out again. Would have been nice if this wasn't an extra health reflect damage elites. That probably would have been a better showcase of what we can do with such a minimal amount of gear. And this is something that's really great about the Witch Doctor and its passives and the way the skills are synergizing, is that you can actually do this, you know. A lot of the other classes have a bit of a harder time doing that, right? Anyway, let's say that your whole aim in doing this was so that you could break into T1 and try and farm efficiently, okay? So we're down on T1 now, and let's see what the difference is in killing speed. Should be pretty substantial. See, we're getting some pretty decent crits. It would be a lot better if we had an emerald in our weapon, but we don't. So that's fine. Let's see if we can find another elite. I'm going to do something here now, actually, as well. Just for testing. Here we go. Here's another elite. After we fight this elite, we're going to check something else out really quick. Just for testing purposes. After we kill this elite, we're going to drop all our Paragon points off and see how it performs. You know, suppose that you're a brand new player to the game. It's your first character. You've just hit level 70. You have no Paragon points. We'll see how it performs with that in mind. See, this guy with these guys don't have extra health. They went down they're going down pretty quick. Okay, so let's drop the Paragon points off. Reset, 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 close. Okay. Paragon points have been taken down, okay? So we're considerably weaker now than we just were, and we'll see how it performs. See, I'm still seeing some 800k crits against trash, which when you first break into T1, I mean, that's pretty good. Okay, here's an elite pack. Let's get that Garg out. See how long it takes us, see how we perform. This is no Paragon points. We only have one legendary, assuming that you've gotten the plans from beating the last boss. Had to be a freaking elite that freezes us, right? That's alright, we're doing just fine. Stay out of that. Remember, keep that locust swarm on your enemies while you're fighting. If it fades off, drop it again. Bring that Garg out against elites whenever your cooldown is done. And there you have it. Okay, guys, so there you have it. That's T1, all but one yellow piece of gear. And the only other thing I want to mention is that it's actually of the utmost importance, and I forgot to mention it while I was recording. So use the Templar for your follower. Make sure you have all his healing abilities on, and he will help keep you alive as well. It's not that hard to do with yellow gear. I know a lot of people put a lot of stock into legendaries and, you know, needing legendaries to break into T1. It's not true. You just need one. Reaper's Wraps. Anyway, guys, I hope that any new witch doctors get something out of this and it helps you break into T1. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.